Hey y'all. Okay. I'm doing a video right now about some of the pitfalls that women truckers may come in contact with. Um, I got a couple of emails about my experience, when it comes to driving, a lot of questions, that some women may have. And being a woman, I think that it would be unfair for me not to disclose everything that I've seen when it comes to trucking. So here it goes. Okay. While I was in training, I had my trainer brought men on the truck, usually after I go to bed. It was one would be her husband, and then there was always this other gentleman that would come when we were in a different part of Texas. Um, the first 2 weeks, it didn't happen, but after I got more comfortable being there with her, I started seeing the other behaviors started showing. Being in that situation, I know that while you're in training, they tell you that if you feel uncomfortable, you're supposed to call them. They come and take you off the truck. I'm in Texas. I'm from Illinois. Me getting off a truck and sitting there waiting on another person that I don't know to come and finish. I chose the two of my lesser evils. I knew the crazy that I was in, and I just learned to navigate myself around it. Um, I wanted to share that part with female drivers, or new drivers, because that is a reality of the trucking industry. It's still predominantly male, and the females that we do have does not guarantee that you are going to be any safer than if you were with a male. Okay. um, because there was a third person, and I'm just glad that it happened toward the end of um, of this training, because I probably would not have finished. I probably would have just went back home if so, um, because so many things could have went wrong. She would be passed out drunk at night, uh, which would leave me at the mercy. That's too small of a confinement to be, you know, um, bringing another person. You barely know the trainer. You only knew the trainer for a couple of weeks, and now you're dealing with this third person that you don't know anything about at all. And to be in a vulnerable position like that of sleep, you're tired, you're exhausted, you've worked a 14-hour day, you're the one that did all the driving and all of the work, you're exhausted. And now during the time when you should be sleep, you have to deal with this. And that could be dangerous on so many other levels. Fatigue while you're on the road, sleep deprivation if it's been going on for a long time. And these are things that you have to consider and be mindful of. In hindsight, should I have removed myself from the situation? Absolutely. Absolutely. Would I suggest other females continuing it? No, I think that that was a bad decision that I made. I was able to get through it. I didn't um, tear up the truck or tear up the company or anything like that. I don't know. I just came up with all this adrenaline where I didn't need no sleep. But as soon as I got my own truck and it was just me, I ain't. I didn't take a load because I knew I was sleep deprived. They tried to throw me on my truck the same day I passed my tests and stuff. I was too tired, and I knew I was too tired. So um, I thank God I didn't know that they were going to put me on a truck in Texas. I had a plane ticket to go back to Illinois, So I opted to go back home first, and then I slept for a week, and I caught up on all my rest, and then I got on the truck, and I continued from there. So that's how I was able to get through it. Um, but I mean, everybody may not have the same um, scenario or means that I had, as far as being able to get that break to go home and then being able to chuck out all of those hours of training that you have to do, in such a short amount of time. Everybody's skill is different. Like I said, I had been driving big vehicles for a long time, so it wasn't nothing for me to drive long distance. It wasn't nothing for me to do it consistently, daily, and I was able to get mine through. But you know, I feel that it is my obligation as a woman to be thoroughly honest when it comes to, your safety, on those trucks. It is really you. You are pretty much predominantly on your own with a person that you don't know in a small, intimate, mobile unit. You have to really think about that. Um, Everything is done publicly, the brushing of your teeth, unless you're, able to get the shower stalls, to brush your teeth and do all that. If you do it in the mornings, you may be able to alleviate all of that. But if you're showering at night, which I would recommend doing, because you really don't want to get in that bed with all of that daily stuff that you've been doing, so pretty much, because you take your showers at night, during the day you brush your teeth in a public restroom, and that takes a little bit getting used to, especially when other people come in and you're sitting there brushing your teeth, washing your face. You got your whole little travel kit going, and things like that. So it takes a little getting used to. That was, I don't know, that was a little daunting, but I don't. The only thing that really I was not prepared for was my trainer having male company on the tractor. Everything else I could deal with. I could deal with everything else. But for me in training, I was not emotionally prepared for that. I hadn't heard anything about that. I thought that nobody would do that, because that's all I heard in training. That's all I heard while I was in school. But I never heard anybody saying, "Oh, well, you may have a trainer who might do that." So yeah, they might. Just because it's a female doesn't necessarily mean that she's not going to have issues and problems as well. And that's all I want to say about that. So just be careful. Um, Stay sober. Don't drink with them. Everybody loves to try to get the students to drink with them. Don't don't drink with them. Um, a lot of them go out for dinner. I went out to dinner every day with mine. I didn't see anything wrong with it at the time, but I think maybe hindsight, I probably shouldn't have. Maybe I should have just, took that time for me. I did my thing, let her do her thing. But I would look at it as more of a bonding experience, so that I'd have one more female trucker that I may knew, because that's what was stressed. Her being there for me after I got on my own. So that was my way of, bonding, getting to know her as a person, that if this is a person I'm going to be relying on. So, no, I had never contacted her after training, um, for various reasons. Um, but I did learn. And so I can't say that the training experience wasn't without flaw. It was a learning experience, be it good or bad. You still learned something from it. So I hope that this video helps you guys. And please like, share, subscribe. And I'll talk to y'all again. Peace.